Learned helplessness is a concept that comes from the research of psychologist Martin Seligman. For those suffering from learned helplessness, it seems like nothing one does will make any difference. This helplessness is both a contraction of the nervous system and the beliefs behind the contracted emotions that are causing the distress. These beliefs have to do with explanatory styles. Those who are helpless have a pessimistic explanatory style. The shift, then, out of learned helplessness is a move from pessimism to optimism. But pessimism and optimism, as understood relative to the healing of learned helplessness, don't exactly involve the generic definition of the glass is half empty versus the glass is half full. Rather, pessimism and optimism have to do with how we interpret adversity. These differences in the interpretation of adversity are known as explanatory styles. So, when an adverse event happens, pessimists see it as permanent, pervasive, and personal, while the optimist understands it to be temporary, specific, and circumstantial. Note that adversity in this sense can be anything big or small. Adversity involves both external events, like getting cut off in traffic or a traumatic relationship, and internal events, ruminating about past mistakes, feeling shame for no apparent reason. So, the first category of permanent versus temporary has to do with time. Optimists believe that the adversity will pass, that whatever the adverse circumstance is, it's not something that's going to be around forever. The pessimist, though, feels as if the predicament will never change. The second category, pervasive versus specific, has to do with space. Does the event permeate into all areas of your life, being pervasive, or does it only apply to one aspect of your life, specific? For example, you may have had a bad day at work or a job you dislike in general, while your living environment is comfortable and your relationship is going well. In this case, the job situation would be specific for the optimist, meaning it doesn't permeate into every area of life, while the pessimist, though, might feel as if it is spread into all areas of their life, messing up their relationship and their living environment. Finally, the category of personal versus circumstantial has to do with how much we internalize things. Do we feel that things outside of our control are somehow our fault, or have something to do with our identity, personal? Or do we realize that circumstances happen outside of our control and many unfortunate things are simply the way life is? Circumstantial. Here are the two different styles. For pessimists, using these explanatory styles in a conscious way can shift our cognitive habits into a more optimistic explanatory style. As one learns to consciously explain things differently, one's nervous system reorients itself differently, allowing for more emotional fluidity and releasing the feelings of shame and depression trapped inside the trauma of learned helplessness. To explore this work further, we offer a course on overcoming learned helplessness and use the cognitive therapies that have worked for thousands.